Hello there, welcome once again to Living on Purpose. This is Fola Daniel at Delisi, and today I continue the series on financial mindset by talking about the withholding mindset. The withholding mindset is the mindset that tries to hold on to everything that they have. If you really want to be wealthy, you can't act in that manner. I've seen too many people hold on to what they have and they don't let it go. It's the opposite of the generous mindset. The withholding mindset is the one that tells you you must hold on to everything at whatever cost. I've seen people who are extremely wealthy and they did not spend the money, they did not give, they did not push out or invest in other people. And at the end of the day, when they died, they were buried, and the people they withheld the money from eventually took the money from them and spent it the way they wanted to spend it. Again, remember the Bible verse that talks about withholding and still tending to poverty or still tending to nothing. If you withhold, you get nothing in return. But if you let go, more can come onto you. So you need to really check yourself. In Nigeria, some of these people are the people we call akagom, very stingy set of people, or people who are hoping that I don't understand why somebody will just keep holding onto money and never spend it, never invest it, never give to other people, or even look at a worthy cause and put some of that money into it. So there are those whose financial mindset is to hold on to as much as they have. This mindset can only be explained in two ways. The first way to explain it is greed. The second way to explain it is insecurity. Greed because they keep taking more and taking more to themselves, but they never let out. Think about it. If you were always eating and eating and eating and you don't let out any form of waste, what do you think will happen to you? Of course, you're going to have a health crisis because there will be constipation. And if you cannot go to the toilet and empty your bowels in a couple of days, you would have to visit the hospital. So you either go to the toilet or visit the hospital. It's your choice. But the normal thing to do is to consume something and then let it out through your bowels. So there are those who are withholding because they are greedy. And what happens to people who keep taking in without letting out is that they will become constipated. Now, you need to understand that the reason you have some money is that you are a channel of blessing unto other people, or you are a channel for someone else, even if you don't consider it a blessing. So if you see yourself as a channel of blessing, then you would allow money flow from you to other people. Now, some people think when money flows from them to other people, then it means that they have lost money. No, that's not how it works. Just remember the water pipe. Any pipe that carries water is always wet. It is only the pipe that does not carry water that becomes dry. Now, any pipe that also carries water and does not allow the water to flow begins to stink. The pipe becomes slippery, and over time, the water will not be usable for anyone. So you have to allow water flow through you consistently. That's what makes the pipe usable, and the water is also usable. So don't withhold unnecessarily. Don't withhold because of greed. Now, I said that the other, apart from those who are greedy, are those who think that they just must hold on to this money, whatever for whatever reason or whatever happens. So if you are not holding on to the money as a result of greed, then it means that you're holding on to the money also as a result of ignorance. What you actually allow to go is what dies in the ground and then begins to germinate. If you allow a seed to leave your hand and sow it into the ground, the seed will first of all die, then it will germinate and come out first as a tree or as a leaf, and after a while it begins to produce fruits for you, and you have multiple seeds from a single seed that you dropped into the ground. It's the same thing. But when you withhold, over time what you are withholding will become useless even to you. So you need to understand that if you have the mindset of holding on to something as a result of greed or as a result of ignorance, then at the end of the day you might still lose in both ways. When it comes to money, for example, financial experts would tell you that when you withhold, The money you are holding and storing unnecessarily is losing value because interest rate or inflation rate is catching up with that money. So if you had $100,000, for example, and you kept it under your bed instead of taking it to an investment account or putting it into several investments, but you kept the $100,000 for 5 years. When you bring it out after 5 years, the $100,000 in terms of name and numbers remains the same, but in terms of value, it's no longer the same. That money has lost value. It can no longer buy exactly what it could buy 5 years ago. 5 years ago, when you got it, it was able to buy more things, but today it cannot buy you more things. So you need to understand that when you are withholding, you are actually losing money. When you are withholding, you are not gaining anything, either by the principle of banking and investment or by the principle of nature. One way or the other, when you withhold, you are losing money. So you need to understand that for you to progress financially, you have to break that withholding mindset, that mindset that believes that you must keep holding on to money, any amount of money that comes. Some people are so bad at withholding that they would never even spend on themselves. Do you look at them, their appearance, their dressing, everything about them does not in any way reflect the kind of cash they are holding on to. Nobody around them enjoys the kind of cash that they have. Nobody that knows them enjoys the kind of cash that they have. They just keep withholding, and one day they eventually die. And the people they are withholding the money from will still spend it. So what's the purpose, or what's the essence of withholding that money? I'm not asking you to be reckless. I'm not asking you to be careless or carefree with your spending. Spend wisely, invest, budget, plan, but withholding unnecessarily is also unwise. And I hope that you have learned one or two things from this. Thank you for listening. Please head on out to youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks.